Good afternoon, day 13. A little different start to the day today. No hat this morning, starting in the afternoon instead of 6:45 in the morning. So I took a Nero yesterday, a near zero in Silver Bay. I'll turn the camera around so you can see what I'm seeing here. So, aiming towards Lake Superior right now. I haven't studied the map to see how long that'll be, but anyhow, I took a Nero in Silver Bay. Changing hands here. I was gonna stop. I planned to stop there and resupply. Turns out I decided I have enough calories with me packed, and my pack is heavy enough now that I wasn't excited about adding weight to it. Even a couple bags of ramen, I might wish for that later. I might regret not adding anything, but I'm feeling like, so that was my break. I'm now down to somewhere between 7 and 9 days to finish the trail. One of those days will be in Duluth, so I'll have a motel stay and some town food. So if I can do 20-mile days, I'll be done in 7. If I do 15-mile days, I'll be done in 9. 8 days might be a reasonable thought on the reality of finishing. A little bit of industry here, not sure what they're doing, but down this way, roads up into the hills. Anyhow, so I'm not worried about it one way or another. 7 days, 8 days, 9 days. I'm on the downside, closing in on the end. That always gets me excited. It'll help me do miles. Kind of funny, you spend all the time trying to make a trip fit into the schedule and all the planning that goes into it, and halfway through the trip what you're thinking about is, how am I going to finish, when am I going to finish, when do I get back to my family, and town food every day and comfy bed. I guess camping does wear on me a bit. I still enjoy it and appreciate it, but after having been out for a while, I start thinking about home. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm not gonna hurt myself, but I will go as far and as fast as I can and finish up the trail as soon as is reasonable. So anyhow, one other comment. So I stayed at a motel in Silver Bay. I had caught up to Mark yesterday, and he was not planning on stopping, but I talked him into it. So he took a Nero with me. We shared the motel room. It was really tough. So it was Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. What we learned is the town of Silver Bay shuts down on Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. I didn't pay attention to whether it's every Sunday or just because it was a holiday weekend, but we were looking for food. There was no food to be found. We had ordered a pizza. That was going to be great, and they were going to do delivery, but before the food got delivered, I got a phone call and they said AC in the kitchen gave out. we're closing. It's too hot to cook. So there went our dinner. We went for a quick walk, and even the gas station convenience store was closed. So we had no food. There was nothing of anything. We couldn't even find a vending machine to buy food out of. So we went back to our room and ate out of our backpacks. Man, was I disappointed. That's a huge highlight for me going into town, is getting some town food. I just load up on eating and drinking, not alcohol, but you know, having all I want to drink. So having none of that was a huge disappointment. I was so sad last night. Mark was a culinary savior, I called him. He offered me a Mountain House beef stroganoff. So I had that for dinner last night. That was 1,000 times better than the same food I've been eating for the last 12, 13 days. So not the same as a big old juicy burger, but having any kind of variety was huge. So I went to bed a little bit more satisfied and a little bit less grumpy. But we got up this morning, Monday, Labor Day, and we walked uptown without our backpacks. We walked uptown. The coffee shop was open, so I got a coffee shop, a breakfast sandwich, a muffin, and I was good. I'm feeling good now. Not only a little wired on all the caffeine, but having some food. I gotta make sure I go the right way here. So that was a good conclusion to what was looking like a very disappointing stop. But I got to sleep in a bed. I took 2 showers, cleaned out my clothes and cleaned off my body. So I feel refreshed today. We decided to start a little bit later, just finish the rest and have some energy for the rest of the trip. So long-winded, but that's the story for yesterday and today. We'll talk to you again soon. I don't know if you can even hear me. This is the Beaver River, gathering some water here. Try not to be that YouTuber that falls to their death taking a video. Gathering a little water here and back on my way. Nice overlook up here. I can't even see. This must be quite a cliff. Other than trees that are immediately next to me, I can't even see the top of the trees. Usually when you look down, you can see at least the tops of big trees, but this must be pretty vertical. Don't see the lake from here. I've kind of lost my orientation of which way is which, but anyhow, awesome day. Trail has been really fast today. I'm making good miles. I don't know how long I'll go today, but it feels nice to be putting some mileage on after a break. This looks like a classic beaver pond to me. Over here, that pile of sticks over there, that would be the lodge, the Beaver Lodge. They have their entrances underwater so they can escape prey if being pursued by a land predator. Follow down here, and it looks like it comes to a little bit of a point down there. I bet you there's a small stream. I didn't see it from the trail, but I bet there's a small stream spilling over a beaver dam there. I looked at the map and I don't see a name for this, so it just is, but pretty spot. Well, this is something different. Walking through a natural meadow. There have been one or two other areas where I'm not in the trees, but still alongside of the forest. But there, the openings seemed like they probably had been logged at some point. This one just seems to be a natural open area, not wetland. So just something different.